Okay, I've pushed it.
It's echoing.
It's echoing?
Yes.
Hmm.
We're live.
We're live. Oh, 3 a.m. And you look this fabulous at 3 a.m.
Charlie, hi.
Hi. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get logged on.
Okay. Okay.
Three a.m. It's 8 p.m. here. So what is that? What time difference? I'm not the best at math. What is that? 8 hours?
8 hours. 8 solid hours, Charlie.
Oh my goodness.
8 hours, when you invited me on this show, and this was since January, right? Or was it last year? I talked to
I'm
myself.
trying to think.
January,
This is
right?
how fast 2024 has gone.
Yeah. That was in January. Was it December?
I think so. I think it was in January.
January.
I
I was
think.
like, okay, how are we going to make this work? And look at us.
Yes.
We're live.
Yes. Yes. I'm happy to see you again. A friend from
Happy to be
across
here.
the country. That's neat to get to have this.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm letting people have a few minutes. Some people have
Okay.
said hello from Texas. So I said, welcome, Miss Joy.
Yes.
I'm reading they're in the private chat. They're not in the public one. But the private chat says hello. From Tony says, welcome, Miss Joy. Marilyn said,
Yeah.
hello, ladies.
Hello, Marilyn. Okay.
Wonderful. Hopefully some more join in. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes if you don't mind, Joy.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, well, we'll get started, and then if more people join in, then we will just welcome them in. Is that okay, Joy?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. So sweet. Yeah. So, welcome everybody. This is the first ever Chat with Charlie live. And it is a perfect day to do a live because this is Women International Day, which is a day that just shines light on extraordinary achievements of women and champions the pursuit of equality. And so we are delighted to have with us Joy to dive into the conversation, spark inspiration, and hopefully challenge some of those narratives that we have on women. So get cozy, pour yourself a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, and sit back and enjoy this dynamic conversation. And feel free to leave questions, comments in the comment section. Make sure you do it on the public comments so that it's easier for us to monitor. But we want you all to be able to be a part of this conversation. So please sit back and enjoy Chat with Charlie, the first ever live podcast. So I want to introduce Joy to you all. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Charlie. I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful. So I want to read the dynamic information about Joy. So Joy, as you all can see, is known for her infectious energy and passion for public speaking. As a dedicated public speaker and a public speaking coach and master of ceremonies, she specializes in addressing the unique challenges people face in finding their voices on stage and offering innovative solutions. With over 5 years of experience in Toastmasters International, she earned certifications in competent communicator, competent leader, and presentation mastery. Through her coaching and training, she empowers professionals and organizations to overcome public speaking fears, speak with confidence, and authentically connect with her audiences. As the author of 2 books, Finding Joy and Finding Your Voice, along with 3 ebooks focused on building confidence and overcoming the fear of public speaking, she provides valuable resources for personal and professional growth. Beyond her work in public speaking, she spent 5 years actively building a widow community, supporting women in navigating widowhood with joy and gladness, and helping them become the best versions of themselves. With a skill for captivating audiences and creating memorable experiences, she's dedicated to inspiring and motivating others. Through speaking engagements and events, she has the proven ability to command attention and connect with diverse audiences. So I want you all to give a warm welcome to Joy. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Charlie.
Yes, what a beautiful, beautiful person. Okay, so we will get started. I just want to let everybody know that my podcast is available on Linen Prep, which is my YouTube channel. And this is a live version of the Chat with Charlie channel. And so we're doing something a little bit different. And we appreciate Joy being the first to take this opportunity and chance with me. So, Joy, if you could please share with us a bit about yourself and your journey of becoming a public speaker and a public speaking coach, and just what inspired you to do this?
Okay, Charlie. So, how do I put this now? I didn't start off to become a public speaker. So, about 10 years ago, something devastating happened to me. I never planned for it, and it happened. 10 years ago, I lost my husband. We had been married for 7 years, and just happened unexpectedly, was ill for a bit, and then that was it. And so I found myself in this space where I never thought I would be. I found myself wanting more because, losing a spouse, it's like going back. You need to go back find yourself again, find your voice. What am I about? Because all the while you've been with someone else, building your dreams, and I didn't expect that at 31, I'll be by myself, raising two kids alone. So I had to go back and reinvent myself, go back to discover myself as an individual. And then that was it for me. So it was not like I had this magical inspiration to go, oh, I want to become a public speaker. I want to become a public speaking coach. No, that's not how it started for me. So it was this desire to know myself, to discover myself, to go back sort of to the drawing board and get to know me again, that took me on this journey to becoming a public speaker and then a public speaking coach. So about 5 years ago, I decided, oh, someone actually invited me to a Toastmasters program. And I was like, what has public speaking got to do with me becoming unstuck? Because at that point, I was stuck. So what has public speaking got to do with that? But I decided to visit. And one day I was in a meeting with Toastmasters. It was interesting. And guess what? There's a part of the Toastmasters meeting where you get to speak as a guest. It's the table topic section. So I participated, and strangely, at the end of the meeting, they're like, oh, somebody won, and they presented me with a book. I cannot forget the book, How to Be, I think it's John, I can't remember the writer now, but it was a book, How to Make Friends and Influence People, John Maxwell, How to Make Friends and Influence People.
John Maxwell is really, really good.
That turned my life around, really. So I discovered, oh, I can do this. Oh, I love this. Okay, before then, rather, I was already doing spontaneous MC. But after I got married, I sort of just dropped that. So after my late husband passed, I had to go back to find those things I loved again as an individual, and then start to do them. So yes, Charlie, there was no magical inspiration from anywhere. There was nothing. I was stuck. I was sad. I was grieving, and I decided to find myself again. And trust me, public speaking has a lot to do with turning everything about your life around.
Yeah. But I like how you're saying it wasn't anything magical, but you made it magical because you overcame and you found a way to take your pain and turn it into purpose.
Yes.
And you didn't just throw in the towel and just say, oh, woe is me. So you are magic, which is wonderful on this International Women's Day, because you just shared how we are magical, and you definitely showcase that. And I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that story, that very personal story. And I've met your boys, and you have done an outstanding job. Excellent. Very, very smart boys.
Thank you.
So when you were thinking about kind of talking about those challenges that you've overcome, can you see that translating in people having to overcome their fears with public speaking, particularly women? What are some common challenges that you've seen others have to encounter as a public speaker, and how do you think that they can overcome them, or how did you overcome them?
Okay, so one of those challenges that I've noticed really is a lack of confidence. So most of us women tend not to believe in ourselves. Really, Charlie, you see women accomplished, doing well in their field, skilled, and they just suffer from lack of confidence. Now, if you ask a man to do something, right, to say something, it just summons courage and it shows up. When you ask a woman to do the same, no matter how skilled up she is, no matter the worth of knowledge that she has, she second guesses herself. We feel we're not enough. We feel we need to acquire more certificates. We feel that we need to prove something or we need to be perfect. So we hold ourselves to this impossible standard of perfection. Right. So I think that is just is the major thing that women need to address, especially on this auspicious day, is a lack of
Yeah.
confidence, Charlie. Is a lack of
Yeah.
confidence. We need to believe in ourselves because it shows when you believe in yourself. So it doesn't matter what certificates you've gathered, it doesn't matter what you know, but show up confidently.
Right.
It out from inside of you. Speak with assertiveness, and people will listen. You are enough. You are enough, and people will
That's true.
listen. Your pain is valid. Your insights are valid. You need to show up and speak up. And Charlie, you know one thing, many women are actually waiting for some of us women to show up, to shine the light, to be a beacon of light, and show them the way really. And I think that on this very beautiful International Women's Day, I think that Charlie, you're doing that, and I really do appreciate you. You inspire me
You
and
inspire me.
women out there.
You're talking about a beacon of light, and that's what you are, especially when people know your story. You're already just this ball of energy. You're so positive. It's just very infectious. And then when people get to hear your story and what you've overcome, it motivates other people. It motivates me because I can't imagine what life would be like. And you are one to show that it can still exist, right? You can
Yes.
still prosper. You can still live a full, fulfilled life. So we need to see women like you that are actually doing it and living in their purpose. So I appreciate you just sharing that. And I agree. I do think it starts with confidence. It starts with that level of confidence.
I agree.
Most people don't have the fear of the actual public speaking. That's a technique that they can learn. It's that
Yes.
fear of judgment, right? That they are trying to obtain this level of perfection
Mhm.
because we do live in a man's world, right? I can definitely see that that's how things are perceived, right? But
That's
we
how things
always
are.
know, yeah, that it is really the woman who's behind all those great ideas in mind. So thank you for sharing. Yes.
Thank you,
So
Charlie.
when you're thinking about the fact that people struggle with confidence, I know that you're a public speaking coach. What
Mhm.
are some strategies or techniques that you have used to connect with the audience or that you think will help others to be able to do that? What are some techniques to gain that confidence?
Okay, so to engage your audience, really, you need to be able to engage yourself. Interesting,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to be able to have that energy. Come with your energy. Come with your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Be confident. So, Charlie, when your audience thinks you're confident, you are confident. When you appear confident, you are confident. So, show confidence. Use your eye contact. Make sure you look at your audience eyeball to eyeball. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it shows confidence. Use your gestures. Infect people with your energy. So, what I do is, so nervousness is something everyone experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. It's natural. So turn that nervous energy to enthusiasm. So people want
That.
to listen. People want to listen to you when they see your boisterous energy. They want to engage with you. They want to listen. They want to hear what it is you have to say, the insights that you have to share. So turn all of that nervous energy into enthusiasm.
Yes. You are like the queen of enthusiasm. Think anybody can beat my energy because I'm like an energizer bunny. But Joy, I met you and I was like, whoa, I think I met my match. It's
You're
like
my
Charli, Joy, Charli, Joy, Charli, Joy. Okay. Everybody on here is getting a energy overload right now. So I think that's fantastic. I do.
So
And so,
infect people with your energy, really. And people want to hear your story. People want to hear personal stories, right? So personal stories are really engaging. They want to listen to you.
right.
So I often share my personal experiences, my personal stories. It's about me. It's not something I have to practice. It's my story. And
Mhm.
so I share it, and people are interested. So
Yeah.
people will engage with you if you share personal stories and personal insights. Really. Don't forget, turn that negative nervous energy into positive energy by turning it into this enthusiasm. Everybody is excited. Charlie, you have that a lot. When I listen to you, I want to go on listening. And so turn all of that nervous energy into enthusiasm, and you get the audience to engage. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Sometimes when you're even asked a question and it's kind of a difficult question, ask the audience.
Yeah. I
Throw the
like
question
that
back,
technique.
throw the question back at them and engage with them. So what engagement does, what questions do and engaging the audience does is it turns that it's your nervousness kinds of dissipates and
Mm-hmm.
you're more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I
No,
think
I
that's
like that a lot.
the techniques I use personally as a public speaker and as a public speaking coach, and also as a spontaneous MC, master of
I,
ceremony.
I'm going to be a master of ceremony in May. And so I'm going to have to call you again to get some more of your techniques because it's going to be my first time doing
Oh,
that since college. I haven't done emceeing since I was in college. So I'm
oh
excited
wow.
about it. But I've seen clips of you doing it and your energy is just dynamic.
Thank
I
you,
love it.
Charlie.
Yes. Somebody put in the private chat, it's not public on here, but they said to you, what a journey, marvelous and magical about your journey that you shared, Joy. So it's
Thank you,
very
Tony.
nice. Yes. Oh, okay, good. You can see it. Wonderful. So I know that you have plenty of stories, and I won't hold you long, but I have got to hear some of Great Joy stories. So tell me, what has been one of your public speaking or emceeing experiences that were just been a memorable speaking experience, and then what learning or what did you learn from that? So tell me your top. I know you might have to think about it. I'm like, you've spoken so many places, but what's been one that you could tell us about that was memorable?
Mm. So recently I was in a mentorship on a mentorship journey for 90 days called the Masterpiece Mentorship. Yes. And then afterwards, we had a retreat that was just in last month, February. And of course, naturally, I was the master of ceremony. Yeah. Interesting how it all started. So sometime in 2006, that was when I graduated from the university. 2006.
I was right
I
there with you. I was 2008.
interesting. So in 2006, there's what we call the NYC in Nigeria, right? It's a period where you get to serve your country after you graduate. Yeah, so it's called the National Youth Corps Service. National Youth Corps Service. So it's a mandatory 1 year program after you're done with the university that you serve your country. You serve your country, you're posted to different areas of the country, not necessarily where you went to school, not necessarily where you're from, because we have several 36 states in Nigeria, and you serve your country, right? So during the camp period, I was asked to co host the Miss Camp event. It was my first time, my very first time. So there's no way I tell you the story of how I started emceeing programs, being master of ceremony, without going back in time to the very first time I co-hosted a show, and that was the Miss Camp. So it's a beauty competition where you have beauty queens, yes, from each of the platoons in camp. So we had platoons. So military people kind of are the ones that are in charge of this camp period. The camp period is 3 weeks, after which you're released to go serve your country. All right. So it was 3 weeks. We're in camp, like a secluded area. It was just students from different parts of Nigeria who were exactly. And it was the Miss Camp event. So it was time for me to ask the beauty queens some questions. And so I asked this particular beauty queen, the one that eventually won. I asked her a question. I can't remember exactly what question I asked, but Charlie, she gave me a totally different answer.
Oh, wow.
Can you see my face right now? That's how I was staring at this
Yeah.
beauty queen. Like,
You were like,
you, I asked you a question and you're giving me a totally different answer.
wow.
Well, guess what? She did it with such confidence, you would think that I made a mistake asking the question.
Yeah, you were in the wrong because she was so
I was
confident.
obviously in the wrong, Charlie. I was so shocked. I couldn't hide my shock. And she
Right.
answered with such confidence, Charlie. And that was my first lesson in public speaking. Confidence. You would say the wrong things, but guess what? If you say them confidently enough, people will believe you. And guess what? She eventually emerged the beauty queen, the winner. That was my first ever lesson in public speaking. Confidence.
Yes.
Confidence. She said the wrong thing, but she was so confident about it, you would think I asked the wrong question.
Yeah, you were in the wrong. You're like, oh, the MC, she needs to get a note card. She doesn't know what she's doing. You're like, no. You'll laugh, Joy. My mom put me in a beauty pageant when I was a kid.
Oh,
And I won the public speaking contest.
interesting.
Yeah, in one of the categories was public speaking. And so I got a taste of it. It's funny that you talk about your first experience was hosting a pageant. That was one of my first experiences publicly speaking, was as a
In a
little girl
pageant.
in a pageant. That pageant world is intense. There's a
Wow.
lot to it. Yes. Well, tell me, so you said confidence, and that might be what the answer to this question is. But if you could give words of advice before we leave today,
Mm.
if you could give words of advice to women who aspire to become confident speakers, what piece of advice would you leave us with?
Okay, I would say focus on building expertise in your subject matter. If there's something you are interested about, in rather, if there's something you are interested in, if there's something you love to talk about, if there's any subject whatsoever, focus on building expertise in that area. Learn, learn, invest in yourself. Learn, invest in courses, invest in books, read. Someone said, when you read, you're ready. If you're a reader, when you read, you're ready. You're ready. You're ever ready. No matter what the question you're faced with, you're ever ready with an answer. Or maybe like my beauty queen with a wrong answer, but you answer confidently anyway. So yes, read and be ready. So focus on your area of expertise there, woman, and grow. So we all have talents that God has deposited in us, right? We have talents, but they're just raw,
Yes.
raw products. They're raw. So it's your job to refine them. So refine. Whatever talent you do not refine will not profit you. So refine your talent. So Charlie, you and I were here because we've refined our talents. So they are not in that raw state that we had them initially. So refine your talents. That's number two. Number one is focus on building expertise. Number two is refine your talents. Whatever raw talents God has deposited in you, what you love to do, what you love to speak about, refine it. And please do not think that you do not need public speaking. Everybody needs
That's
public.
right. Mhm.
Everybody, whatever area of expertise you're in, whatever you do, you need public speaking. So please invest in learning about public speaking. Invest in learning, really, generally, invest in learning. Then practice regularly. Practice. Practice speaking. Seek for opportunities. Charlie, it was you that shared this with me a while ago in one of our classes, right? Where I invited you. Speak, show up, seek out opportunities to speak in church, at your workplace, volunteer. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Come out and do something. Show up and keep speaking. Keep practicing. Don't stop speaking. Embrace your mistakes. Embrace your mistakes. We're not all
Yeah.
perfect. So today I did a video I shared with, I have a class that is currently running for a period of 3 days
Yes.
with some women who are trying to overcome their fear of public speaking and become confident speakers, right? And so I shared a video with them. It was just I did the video once. So usually, Charlie, I'm a recovering perfectionist. I will go back and say, "Oh, I didn't say this quite right. Let me do the video again. I didn't." Today, I just took one take. There were some mistakes, and I said, "Ladies, deal with it." Deal with it. Embrace your mistakes and then let them just be a learning curve. Learn from your mistakes. Don't dwell there. Don't dwell there. So, women, life is hard, right? Things will happen to you. You will go through. Please don't remain where you fell. You will fall. Don't remain where you fell. Stand up. A lot of people are depending on you. Even your children are looking up to you. What are you modeling? What are you modeling? Your children will do somehow, is an installation. Your children will watch what you do. It's natural. Children copy. They're going to copy what you do. So if you spend time building yourself, if you spend time showing up, if you spend time embracing your mistakes, your children are going to see this and they are going to copy whatever it is that you do. So a generation is depending on you. Please do not remain where you fell. Rise up and show up. Learn public speaking. It's a skill, it's a needed skill. It's crucial in your job, in your career. It's crucial for you to be able to show up and speak confidently. So that
Wow. I'm like that right there. I felt like we should just put that all in a package with a bow on it. And when we're feeling not confident, unwrap it, open it up, and just be inspired. That's how I felt. I'm going to take something you said, Joy. You
yes.
said, don't remain where you failed. That's powerful because that goes back to the idea of failing forward, where you don't feel as though where you made a mistake, you're stuck in that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Mm-hmm.
not heard someone say don't remain where you fell. That's powerful, and that's something that I am going to take with me from today's session. There's so many things from today's live that has inspired me, but that right there is definitely going to be one that I'm going to go back and write down and reference. Don't remain where you felt. I appreciate you tonight. I really do, Joy. I'm new to doing this, and you have just been a great friend and great on International Day, showing how women can come together across countries and support one another as they are going through their journey. And I am going through the journey of launching my own public speaking business. And I appreciate you being willing to come on my platform as I'm growing and developing. So I cannot say thank you enough, Joy. Thank you for being on today.
Thank you, Charlie. It's interesting how we met, right?
Yes, I love it. I'm
I
telling you,
love
the
it.
power of technology.
Yes. Yes. Actually,
I
thank
hope
you
we
so
can do
much.
this again.
Yes, we can. Yes, we
Yes,
will. Certainly.
yes.
I'm looking forward to it, Charlie. Thank you so much for having me. And it's so good to see women out there just across countries, like you said, showing up
Yes.
and just being a model. So, Charlie, you inspire me, right? You inspire me a
Thank you.
lot. Really, you inspire me, and I love you. And it's interesting
Oh,
how you become, yes, how you become more than a friend, how you become
yes.
even family. Thank you, Charlie. You inspire. And on this International Women's Day, I want to tell you I love you
Thank
and
you. I love
keep
you
on
too.
keeping on. Thank you so much, Charlie.
I wish you the best. I'm excited. We'll still be talking to each other through WhatsApp, which is just a phenomenal way of getting to communicate. I just want to say thank you again, and I wish your business and your life prosperity, and just everything that you want. I hope you get, and then more. So, thank you, guests, people who have joined Chat with Charli, my very first live. I appreciate you all joining us. Be prepared. There will be more of these, and be prepared. There will be more of Joy. And if you want to follow her as well, she is on Instagram as well, Pro Speak. So go check her out. She's got wonderful content and great information. So y'all have a wonderful night. Bye, Joy.
Bye, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
Yo,
Bye.
bye.